Passion fruit and coconut go really well together. So today we're going to marry the two and create a passion fruit and coconut panna cotta. Let's get started. I have already cut my passion fruit in half, and also I've got all my pulp in here. I used about 6 passion fruit and I've got a half of one left. And then I'm going to need some gelatine. Yeah. And some ideal milk. I want to speak to you about the ideal milk just now. And then I've got some coconut flakes that I have already toasted. So this ideal milk is really amazing. Thank you Nestle for hooking us up with some really cool things. It's got 0.8 grams of fat per serving, and a serving is 20 grams, which is great. And a serving also has 2 grams of carbs, which is great. So you guys just need to be a little bit more creative and open your eyes in the markets, in the supermarkets when you go shopping. Look out for new ingredients, look out for some really cool things, because I feel like sometimes when we go shopping in South Africa, we've got some boring ass things. But with that being said, people like Nestle are making our lives easier, or making our lives a little bit more interesting, and we're always appreciative of that. Shout out to you Nestle. I know this is not a sponsored video. Okay, so my ingredients are all ready. I'm going to need my passion fruit pulp. This is the evaporated milk, and my gelatine. So we're going to create some beautiful looking food with this. I'm going to need 1/4 of a teaspoon of gelatine in my passion fruit pulp. Just like that. Then we're going to stir it. And we're just going to let it rest a little bit on the side. And then while we wait for that, I'll need 1 entire teaspoon of gelatine. Soaked in 30 mils of water. And then we're going to let that soak. Now while we wait for our gelatine and our passion fruit thingies to do their thing, let me tell you guys about gelatine. So gelatine is basically what comes from the bones of the animal, and you can also get fish gelatine. So if you're a vegan, you probably wouldn't want to eat gelatine. However, there are vegan substitutes like agar-agar, like xanthan gum. But if you're going to substitute gelatine for agar or xanthan, please note that xanthan is a gelling agent. Agar is a setting agent. So you're not going to reach a jelly-like thing if you use xanthan gum. You will get a gel. Does that all make sense? But do not be intimidated by recipes that call for xanthan gum or call for agar-agar or even gelatine, because gelatine actually is quite easy to use. What I always do is I have a gram scale. If you don't have a gram scale, you can use a teaspoon or tablespoons like I do. But for every so my passion fruit is become kind of like a paste. It's a little bit thicker. As you can see, there's not much liquid in there because it's been absorbed by the gelatine. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 10 seconds just so that it melts. You never want your gelatine to boil because it loses its strength to set stuff, and also you don't want to lose the freshness of the passion fruit. Every time that you cook fruit, it becomes jammy. It gets this jammy taste that I don't like unless I'm eating jam. So we still want to keep the color, and we still definitely want to keep the freshness of the passion fruit. This is all melted and good, and as you can see, it's kept its beautiful bright yellow color, and it still smells fresh. It doesn't smell like a jam. So we're going to make this really pretty because, as you know, we eat with our eyes first, and I'm going to get my little dessert into a wine glass. I actually wanted to use a martini glass, but my martini glasses are purple and you wouldn't see the layers that I want to create. So we're just going to go with a wine glass. If you want to use a champagne flute, you definitely can, and if you want to use a martini glass that is see-through, then go ahead. So what we're going to do is start layering our dessert, and we're going to start with the passion fruit puree. So when you do this, you need to be quite careful. You don't want any passion fruit running down the side of your glass, because that's just some extra work that you don't need. So you're going to pour it all in. Yes. And then this is going to go into the fridge to set. Your passion fruit is going to sit in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes. We want it to be firm, but we don't want it to be a hard set jelly. And while we wait for that, we're going to continue with our evaporated milk. And this is going to go into the microwave until it's just melted once again. You don't want gelatine to boil. So my gelatine is completely melted. It is a liquid now, as you can see, and I'm going to start by pouring some of the evaporated milk into the gelatine. And then I'm going to pour the rest of this back in here, not like that, without making a mess. Okay, so we're going to set this aside until our passion fruit is ready, and then this will be poured on top of the passion fruit. So let's check up on my passion fruit to see if it's set. It's definitely set. If you can see, when I do this, it remains in place. So I'm going to pour my evaporated milk into a glass, and once again, be careful that it doesn't run down the side of the glass, otherwise it's not going to be very pretty. There we go. As you can see, there is a big separation between the passion fruit and the evaporated milk. I'm going to show you a cheat of how to get the uttermost flavor into this. So I'm going to use this tropical coconut flavoring from Flavor Nation to add a little bit more flavor to my dessert. I'll add just like 1 or 2 drops, and then at the end, once everything is set, we're going to sprinkle some toasted coconut flakes on top, and it's going to be so beautiful and so flavorful. I'm going to let that sit in the fridge for about 20 minutes, and while I wait for that, I'm just going to tidy up. It's now time to check up on our dessert. Our dessert is definitely ready. Let's have a look at it. So I'm definitely happy with what it looks like, and as you can see, the two layers are very distinctly separated, which is exactly what I wanted. Boom. And I'm just gonna let this chill in the fridge until tomorrow, and then I'll finish it off tomorrow. We're gonna decorate it with the toasted coconut flakes, as well as a little bit of cream cheese maybe on top. Add a little bit of extra creaminess. So it is the day after I have left my little treasure in the fridge, and it's ready. As you can see, there are two distinct layers in my little dessert, and now I'm going to decorate it and of course eat it, which is my favorite part. To keep with my coconut flavor, I'm putting a little bit of coconut cream, and then I'm sprinkling my homemade crumble, and then lastly adding my toasted coconut flakes. Okay, it's time to taste. I'm so looking forward to this. I'm trying to get down to the passion fruit, and I got some. This is so good. Well done, girl. Cheers, guys. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday for Tea with Dee.